the beautiful, dark, twisted world of fan fiction. You know, we have fan fiction that ranges from completely innocent, you know, people just writing art dedicated to their faves that they watch, that they consume media from, generally. And then we delve into the darker side of that, the bottom of the iceberg, if you will. The beautiful world I like to call
smutty fan fiction.
I've gotten so many requests to read dirty fan fiction, and fun fact, I've done this video. This was the second video on my channel, but I ended up having to delete it because YouTube said no. YouTube said get them banned. We don't do that here. They hit me with that. So that video was gone, but hopefully, you know, it's been a year. Hopefully we get it right this time. So we are going to be reading the dirtiest, most raunchiest, the most insane fan fiction known to man. We're going on Tumblr. This is my original stomping grounds, and I'm so excited to return. But every time I cringe or I have some sort of reaction, which I will, we're gonna be taking a shot. You know, on this channel, I love to punish myself for cringing or doing anything really. Well, yes, I know I just did a video like this literally last week. We're doing it again. Am I an alcoholic? No, but then again, I'm in my 20s. This is a weird time in my life. But before we get into the video today, a word from our sponsor. Baby's first sponsor. I can't believe it. Today's video is sponsored by Bellesa Boutique. My friends at Bellesa are hooking you guys up with free toys or gift cards. All you have to do is click the link in the description or click the link in the pinned comment down below. Bellesa is a by women sexual wellness company that offers the highest quality toys made with 100% body safe premium materials, keeping your pleasure and safety as their #1 priority. Their Air Vibe is one of their top rated items for a really good reason. This rechargeable vibrator is silent but deadly, offering both clit and G-spot simulation all at once. It's waterproof, so you can use it in any kind of setting, and it comes in a discreet case so you can bring it to any kind of setting. I'm gonna mind my business. Now, the Pebble is crafted to fit as comfortably in your hand as possible while you control the suction and vibration independently. It literally has none of those annoying pattern moans that literally no one likes. Apart from how innovative Bellesa is with their tech, my favorite thing about them is their undeniable belief in empowerment and celebration of all sexualities. You guys have to check out Bellesa's collection dedicated specifically to those in the LGBTQ+ community. This entire collection is curated with connection, exploration, and empowerment for all identities in mind. From strap-ons to harnesses to couple-friendly toys and everything in between, my girls at Bellesa have you covered. And although Bellesa is a company made by women, they do not only cater to women. The Ultra Blow is as high-tech as it gets. With 8 dynamic modes, this thing offers powerful rotating and thrusting action that simulates a simultaneous oral and handjob experience. This one moves wild. If you're feeling like today's the day to get your freak on, everyone who clicks the link in the description or the pinned comment can win either a free toy or a gift card gifted to you by me and my friends over at Bellesa. Thank you again to Bellesa for sponsoring today's video, and now let's get into the real freaky shit. So the very first one we are reading is about one of my favorite men on earth, Mr. Steve Harrington, Black. If you've seen my ranking edits videos, you know how much I love Steve Harrington down. I've loved him since I was like 16 years old. So this is my man. Like, if I was born in Hawkins, Indiana, and was born in the, I don't know, how old would I have to be? Born in the 1970s, I don't know. Steve Harrington would have been mine. That was gonna be my husband. That was gonna be the father of my children. I would be JoJo Harrington. Like, in another timeline, I am JoJo Harrington. This first one is called Not So Family Friendly Video. So the tags, insane. You know, nothing short of insane, nothing short of, I can't find a better word for it. But again, this was the shit I was reading like for as long as I can remember. So, yeah, let's take a shot before we get started. I'm hoping that this doesn't fuck up my reading skills. I don't want you guys to think that I read at a second grade level. I'm a college student, you know. I can read a 500-page article if I have to. But when this liquor is talking, when this vodka's in my system, I can't make any promises. So let's take a shot for all of my girlies, for all of my girls that get down to this. This one's for you. Whoa. I know no chaser is crazy, but listen, I'm an island gal. I'm an island gal to the bone, like, I do this for real. Okay, that's 63%, mind you, so God help me. The piercing ring of the telephone filled your living room, pulling you from the pages of your book. Hello, you say into the receiver, a film of annoyance coding your voice. Whoa, hey babe, it's only me, chuckled the voice through the phone. Sorry, is this a bad time? Oh, hey Steve. I love my man. Oh, hey Steve, you sigh contentedly into the phone at the sound of his voice. No, I was just reading is all. What's up? Well, I was calling to see if you had any plans tonight, but obviously you're very busy with your book. Steve's voice dripped with flirtatious sarcasm. I think I can pull myself away, depending on what you have in mind. Your tone matched his. I've got to close here, but I thought I could swing by your place after work. I'll bring a movie, some snacks, and some... Oh, okay. So he's ready, you know, like, he's on go. And I love that. We love a man who knows exactly what he wants. Does that sound better than your book? I don't know. It's a pretty good book. You twirled the telephone cord around your fingers as you spoke. You imagine Steve doing the same on the other end of the call. Maybe I can sweeten the deal. You could hear the smirk in his voice. We can do that thing you liked that we tried out last week. So what did we do last week? Steve's voice lowered to a sensual whisper, suddenly hyper-aware that he was in the very public setting of family video. Multiple groups of people milling around the shelves on a busy Saturday afternoon. Your thighs involuntarily pressed together at the memory he was referencing. You open your mouth to speak, but were silenced by another voice coming through the phone. Hey, lover boy, save your dirty talk for later. We have customers. Robin's distinctive friendly bullying echoed in the background. You pictured the scene in your mind. Steve was no doubt blushing the shade of a ripe tomato. You stifled a giggle. My girl Robin, like, listen, if I worked at Family Video with Steve and Robin, oh, I'd be in heaven. You know that picture of that girl that's like between two guys and she's like having the time of her life? Or even challengers. I would be Zendaya, Steve would be one guy, Robin would be the girl. We would be a beautiful sandwich. Robin on my left arm, Steve on my right. Is this heaven or what? See you later, princess. I love you, bye. Steve said all in one breath as he quickly hung up the phone. He didn't care that he couldn't stay on the line to hear you say I love you too. He knew he'd whisper it to yourself as you lingered the phone to your ear. And you did. The rest of the day, you tried to be a normal, functioning person, but your thoughts easily distracted you. Wondering what Steve was doing at that very moment. Wondering if he was wondering what you were doing at that moment too. Wondering about the things he would do to you later. He filled every wrinkle of your brain, every nerve in your body. 9:15. You had showered and changed into some comfy clothes. A t-shirt stolen from Steve's drawer that he had at your place and a pair of pajama shorts. You thought it easier to forego the underwear underneath. You didn't feel like you had to put on some elaborate outfit to impress Steve. He liked you in any form, but mostly whatever made you feel comfortable. You were in the middle of draping some blankets over the couch when his usual knock rapped at your door. Steve stood in your doorway, still wearing his Family Video vest from work, with a tight polo shirt underneath it, tucked into his light wash jeans that stretched over his hips just right. His face lit up at the sight of you. He scooped you into an embrace as he entered the warmth of your apartment. He loved to roleplay like a married couple, like it was the most natural thing in the world that he would marry you someday. Oh my god, he's such a romantic. He's such a romantic. Listen, Nancy may not have wanted the 6 little nuggets, but baby, I would have given him 6 and then some. I would have given him 6 plus a dog, plus a frog, plus everything else he wanted, you know? There's nothing I wouldn't do for Steve the Harrington. You smiled against his chest as you clutched at the back of his vest, breathing in the scent of his cologne that he obviously just applied in the car to cover the smell of the video store carpet he had been surrounded by all day. His hand came to cradle the back of your head, signaling you to attach to his lips. You both sighed into each other's mouths like you had been aching for it all day, which you were. Steve held up the plastic bag to his hand. Take a look. You rummaged through the bag. It It was filled with bags of chips, packs of candy, and a box of balloons. You found I'm trying so hard not to get restricted like I did the last time. So if I censor some words that really shouldn't be censored,
forgive me.
you found a videotape at the bottom and pulled it to inspect Steve's movie choice. What the hell is this? You held up the videotape like it was contaminated. You looked over the cover. A woman in a skimpy outfit with her a woman in a skimpy outfit with her unnaturally pushed up pressed against a shirtless man who looked like he was on steroids. The title read Teacher's Pet. That sounds like literally any generic Wattpad fanfiction. Like, it's one of those like CEO XYN, Mafia Boss XYN, any one of those. That's what that gives. It's a movie, Steve said nonchalantly. It's corn. It's still a movie. Steve, you really want to watch corn together? Steve chuckled as if you asked a silly question. Not like that. His arms came to rest on your shoulders. We can make fun of it. It's probably so terrible, it'll be funny. You looked at him with a skeptical expression. He looked back at you with those big brown eyes, the ones that always got him exactly what he wanted. Come on, if you don't like it, just tell me and we'll turn it off, okay? Fine. You said with a squint in your eyes. Go put the tape in, I'll get us some drinks. Oh! So we got liquor and we got some X-rated shit going on. I already know the night they're about to have. Like, even if the author didn't include the tags, I already know what type of night they're gonna have. Yeah. I've read enough fanfiction in my life to know the night they're about to have. Steve gave you a peck to the cheek as he took the tape and Steve gave you a peck to the cheek and Steve gave you a peck to the cheek as he took the tape and bag from you and stumbled over to the VCR, taking off his vest and shoes on the way. You returned to the living room with a beer for Steve and a glass of wine for yourself, placing them on the coffee table as you watched Steve crouch in front of the TV. Ready? He turned to you for your consent. You simply nodded and patted the spot on the couch next to you. You settled into his side as he pulled you close, your legs curling up next to you as his arm wrapped around you to rest his hand on your hip. The TV came to life through the static, the speaker blaring the most painfully sexy but unsexy 70s jazz. You giggled. Maybe Steve was right. This might be funny. Is he like her professor or something? You mumbled through a mouthful of chips. Looks like it, Steve replied, but they look the same age. I don't think you're really supposed to think too much about it. Suddenly loud noises of excitement filled the room as the couple on the screen started to have special encounters against the wall in what looked like a school corridor. Whoa, I wasn't expecting that, you said with a laugh. You weren't expecting the corn stars to have enjoyable encounters? Steve had more of a matter-of-fact tone. You gave Steve a light hit on the chest, causing him to furrow his brow as he turned his head to you. You kept facing towards the TV. I mean, yeah, obviously they're going to at some point, but where's the build-up, the foreplay, the passion? You gestured wildly at the screen as you spoke, emphasizing your words. I'll be sure to get some more corn with a more engaging plot next time, Steve half joked. Next time? Your head whipped to face Steve. He was back looking at the TV, a mischievous smile across his lips. It was pretty non-stop, different locations. The whole time you rambled on about how things didn't make sense or wouldn't actually feel good in real life, even complaining about how unflattering the lighting was. As you kept talking, you realized it had been a while since Steve had spoken, which for him was quite unusual. Steve, you turned your face to look at him. He hummed in response. His eyes stayed fixed on the screen, and that's when you noticed it. The way his chest was rapidly rising and falling. His skin lightly flushed, hand gripping the arm of the sofa. Oh my god, this is turning you on, you accused. Nuh-uh, Steve childishly protested like he had just been caught stealing the last cookie. I know you, Steve. I know when you're turned on. I'm sure I do. He finally turned his head to look at you and you noticed how wide his pupils had gotten. Okay, so what? Steve retorted. There's people doing stuff right in front of me. Of course I'm gonna be turned on. But it's just so... You scrunched up your face, searching for the right word. Gross. Since when are you grossed out by people having a good time? This is not real people having a good time. It's so over the top and fake, and it's literally just close-ups of girls sinners getting rammed. Don't act like you don't love to watch me do the same to you. Your breath hits, surprised at his words. That's different, Steve. That's you and me, not some jacked up random people who are paid to do things to each other. Your voice raised at the end, a little annoyed. The room continued to fill over with over-the-top sounds of enjoyment, mostly from the woman. Steve's eyes kept glancing back between you and the TV, like he didn't want to miss a second of the dirty video or of you. Your eyes scanned his body again. This time you noticed more of the growing the growing in his jeans. You couldn't lie, you were now also very turned on. Not because of the corn, but by C's response to it. He always looked so good when he was, oh god girl, when he was up there. You didn't want to let him think the situation had affected you in a similar way. You wanted to see how far you could push him. You stood up from the couch, planting yourself firmly in front of Steve's eyeline to the TV, situated between his widely stretched out thighs. If you like it so much, show me, you said, your voice holding strong and composed. What? Show me how much you're enjoying this god-awful corn and, oh god, perform a self-act. A form of self-care, if you will. Do you guys catch my drift? I'm gonna take another shot because this is starting to heat up. I was enjoying, don't get me wrong, I was immersed in that. I was enjoying the plot, I was enjoying the structure of it. I was getting immersed. But now that we're here in the thick of it, I'm pulling back a bit. I'm pulling back and I need to come back into myself, okay? Oh god, okay. Back into it. Steve opened his mouth as if to say something, but all that came out was a soft whine. He was stunned. Sure, you could be a little bossy in the bedroom sometimes, but never like this. You standing over him with a almost disappointed look on your face made heat rise throughout Steve's body. Whether that was from embarrassment or something else, he wasn't really sure. You raised your eyebrows at him as if to say, go on. But he remained completely frozen in place, unsure if this was some kind of trap. Are you being serious right now? Steve said breathlessly. You crossed your arms over your chest and shifted your weight onto one foot, popping one hip out. Dead serious. Oh, she's sassy as fuck. You held his gaze as he looked up at you. His hand slowly moved to His hand moved slowly to do something to his lower region. He bit down on his lip at the feeling of slight relief. You moved out of the way of the TV. His eyes followed you across the room as he continued proceeding with his self-care action. You sat in the armchair that faced the couch. You could no longer see the screen from your angle, only Steve. You scolded him. Don't look at me, look at the screen. Come on, baby, don't be like that, Steve pleaded. You gave him another stern look, gesturing with your head in the direction of the TV. You didn't know how you were able to remain so composed while he was quickly becoming a writhing mess. Fuck, Steve whispered, mostly to himself. He undid his belt and unbuttoned his jeans to shove his hand. Woo! We getting crazy, girl. We getting crazy. Now we're really getting into the self-care act. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to finish this. In the beginning, it said this was like less than 4,000 words. I feel like we're at word 500,000. Like, we've been here all day and we're just getting into the thick of it and it's ramping up. Tensions are getting hot and thick and I can't handle it. I'm so sorry. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to finish this, but I'm gonna try, girl, because I'm running out of synonyms to use. But this is good. Like, bro, back when my love for fanfiction was at its peak, back when I was in the game, I would have eaten this up. I can't lie to y'all. Like, but grandma's getting old now, y'all. Grandma's getting old. I can only handle so much at one time. Like, okay, Steve did have a bit of an attitude sometimes, but he usually did what he was told. So there he was, hand down there, Eyes glued to the obscene images, the feeling of your stare on him like hot lasers burning his skin. You got up momentarily and Steve made a noise softly, thinking you were approaching him, but he just leaned over to reach for your glass of wine on the coffee table. You sat back in your chair, making yourself comfortable. You took a sip from your cold glass, your eyes not leaving the movement of his hand for a second. What about you? Steve breathed out his that's hot. That's hot. That's hot. I love a man who loves to give. I love a man who... Yes! I love a man who, even during his moment, even in the heat of the moment, he's still thinking about the girl or his partner and the pleasure that they should be receiving, or just anything like that. I love a giver. I love a giver. It's in the Bible. What about me? You replied like it wasn't obvious what he was asking. Aren't you gonna do something too? Nope. You said, emphasizing the P and taking another sip of your wine. I'm not into that gross stuff like you. Girl, you were the one that told him to do it in the first place. Oh, she is powerful. She is powerful. Boom. Steve knew you were lying. You were currently demanding him get himself off, all the while demeaning him for his desires. It took every ounce of self-control inside of you not to match his hand movements with your own. Oh honey, I just know you are soaked right now. Soaked with rain, of course. Soaked in GTA. That's what the streamers say, right? In GTA. In GTA. He glanced over at you, not long enough for you to scold him, but long enough to see the flush that had colored your skin. Oh, I'm black. That doesn't happen to me. But you held back a labored breath as you bit into your lip. He knew you all too well. Steve was still pretty much teasing himself through his clothes. You took a few deep breaths to steady yourself before speaking again. Steve was beginning to pathetically whimper. He needed more. You wanted him to have it. Go on, Steve. Show me how you... Wow. The very censored version of this would be, show me how you hold your microphone. Show me how you hold your microphone. How do you sing? How do you sing? How do you hold it? Like, hold on, how long is this? Your voice sounded a little bit annoyed. You were getting impatient at how long it was taking him to make actual skin-to-skin contact with himself. Steven didn't realize he was waiting for your permission until you granted it. Whoa, you watched as he... I can't read this. Whoa, this is a lot. Whoa. I mean, tell me what's going on. Your voice slightly hoarse as you lost a bit of your composure. Steve gave you a confused look, too lost in himself and you, to comprehend what you were asking. In the video scene, tell me what they're doing to each other. I mean, like, wow. So I feel like we can imagine what went down. Is there a come down? Is there like, woo? This is beyond me at this point. This is beyond. It's just beyond. It is beyond. So skipping ahead through the acts, like, we all know what's going on here. We all know what's going on. Let go from me, Stevie. I want to see you get over the edge, I guess. Steve was in no time succumbing to your wishes. The sound of your needy voice opened the floodgates. His short breaths turned into whimpers as his hips halted and fell to the plush sofa. His hand continued to work through everything. Spilling, yeah, a lot of spilling, a lot of releasing, just a lot. His head hung heavy over the back of the couch. Eyes tightly shut. Eyes tightly shut. It's getting to me, y'all. It's getting to me. Okay. He looked at you with a familiar look, a look he reserved only for you. Only for moments like these where you both held onto the invisible string connecting your hearts. Oh, that's so romantic. That's so romantic after, like, everything. Like, I know I skimmed over a lot of that, but genuinely, if you have dabbled in the world of fanfiction, you already know that it gets crazy around these parts. It gets wicked. This is a war zone, especially if you've been on Tumblr of all places. Girl, like, you've seen some things. You have seen some things, and you are entitled to therapy. You're entitled to therapy. Your breathing matched his as it began to slow, chest rising and falling in unison. Your eyes locked on each other as if the other would disappear the moment you looked away. Steve held onto your gaze as he leaned forward, reaching for his no doubt how lukewarm beer bottle on the table in front of him. He took a series of long gulps to quench the thirst he had just worked up. Still, his eyes never left yours. He stood from the couch, taking off his dampened shirt and removed the boxers, leaving him completely naked in the middle of your living room. He followed his stare as he rounded the coffee table and leaned down to turn off the TV, abruptly cutting off what sounded like the final peak of the mountain, if you will. A small smirk grew on his face. You are so dead. Steve shook his head at you as he spoke. You leapt out of the chair, running away from him. He let out a high-pitched shriek as you narrowly evaded his grasp, and he started chasing you down the hall to the bedroom. You were in for a long night. I mean, woo! Let's debrief, let's settle down, let's take a breath. In the words of our beloved Michaela, I can't pronounce her last name, but you know who I'm talking about. Take a minute, take it in. Generally, after that, we need to take a minute and take it in. Maybe even push it out. A lot just happened, a lot. But you know what? You bitches asked for this. You did. I was not planning on doing this video ever again after the video I did a year ago got age restricted literally as soon as it went up. I wasn't gonna do it because I know how y'all get. I know how the girls get, and I'm not blaming y'all. Live out your fantasy, like the world is your oyster type shit. But I was never again planning on doing this, especially after I made that community post asking you guys what you wanted to see me do in my all-nighter video that I'm gonna do soon. A lot of y'all wanted me to read fan fiction, specifically dirty fan fiction. So I wanted to make it a full-length video because a lot of you guys asked for it and have been DMing me about it. Here y'all go. You asked for it. You asked for this. Let's get back into it. We have more to get through. Let's kill it. Let's kill it! Wow, wow, wow! Wow! Let's kill it! Oh, this one I'm excited for. I used to love when I would have a hyper fixation on the character and somebody would write fan fiction on if they were like your dealer. You know, especially when like my, I guess, love for weed was like at its peak, like not in a addiction kind of way, but just in like I just loved weed at one point. I loved sparking up with the girls, and then it's like you write fan fiction on my favorite character being a dealer. I'm sad. I'm so sad. So we have dealer Ellie from The Last of Us Part 2. I have loved Ellie since The Last of Us Part 1 came out. I think I wasn't even a teenager yet. I was like 11, 12 years old. Bro, when did The Last of Us Part 1 game come out? The Last of Us 2013. I was 10 years old and I was in love with Ellie down. I remember I used to watch PewDiePie play this game, like the ancient text. Like me watching PewDiePie play this, I know I'm speaking a dying language. Watching PewDiePie play this was the peak of my childhood. I loved Ellie since 2013. Y'all were not there.
Y'all weren't there!
Ellie being a dealer, this would have gotten me back in the day. This would have gotten me so hyped back in the day. Okay, let's get into it, shall we? Imagining dealer Ellie offering an extra discount for you, though you're still short on cash. You are each time you buy from her. This had been your third time meeting her, and each time you didn't have enough to pay her. And Ellie's prices stayed the same. In fact, she adjusted them just for you. It'll be 20 this time, sweetheart. Ellie breathes, exhaling a thick fog of smoke from her blunt. You look down, fiddling nervously and avoiding eye contact. The same old routine. The next step is to look up slowly with your big doe eyes and softly say, "Oh, I'm a little short this time. Sorry, is that okay? I'm missing $10. You pull up to a deal with only $10? At that point, you know what you're doing. This is the third time, you know what you're doing. Sorry, babe. Like, I don't know if this is me being a New Yorker and just knowing like the prices of things, but pulling up with $10, you could probably get a lighter for $10, but girl. Normally, Ellie would cave and say, that's more than okay. Just this once, though. However, tonight, Ellie decided she wasn't gonna let it slide. Actually, Angel, I'm gonna need you to come up with a way to pay up. She leans in, lowering her voice and hardening her usual soft expression. As Ellie approaches you, you take a step back, feeling a cold brick wall stoic behind you. But I already told you 10 is all I have. Ellie grabs your chin and forces your eyes to lock with hers. That's too bad. She teases sarcastically. But has anyone ever told you money isn't the only way to pay? Her eyes have now began trailing down your body, your shorts and thin sweater leaving little to the imagination. You nod nervously as this isn't what you'd planned for from the beginning. Don't shy away from me now, especially not when you wanted this. How'd you know? I'm smarter than I look, baby. Ellie leans in, the faint smell of weed on her breath. Holding eye contact with you, Ellie takes a long drag from her blunt, only to close her eyes when she leans in to give you a shotgun kiss. The smoke transfers from her mouth to yours in a sloppy yet slow and controlled kiss. Once you pull away, you exhale softly, heart pounding a mile a minute. So there's your sample. Are you buying from me or not? Ellie teases with a shit-eating grin on her face, knowing she means more than just a bud sample. You quickly answer her question by leaning in once more to deepen the kiss. Ellie wastes no time, ditching the blunt and sliding her hands down to the rim of your shorts. Pulling them down in a swift motion, she brings herself with them and gets on her knees against the cold concrete. Your breath hitches as she maintains eye contact with you, dragging her tongue along your... Whoa! along. You're already wet from the rain. Ellie chuckles softly but cocky, causing you to whimper slightly and attempt to close your legs like a puppy with a tail between your legs. Hey, Ellie grunts sternly. What'd I say about getting shot on me, princess? Open them back up, granting the auburn-haired girl easy access once more. Ellie reaches her hand up and shoves two fries into your mouth. You look hungry. Here's 2 fries. Oh, whoa. Okay. As she pushes the fries in and further back, you sloppily eat them, making a mess all around everything. I don't know, man. When she takes back the fries with a pop sound escaping, she praises, good girl. You ate your fries. Being fond of her approval, a small wet drop glides down from the ceiling from the rain. The rain is making things drip. Okay. Taking this as her sign that you're nice and ready, Ellie pushes 2 fries. Oh my god. Oh, I can't. It's a lot. Like, ooh. It's just a lot. This is a lot too. Holy fuck. This is an overstimulating ass video. Maybe not for y'all, but for me, like, we have another story to get through after this, and I don't know, man. It's like I'm not here anymore because of this, and also I'm dissociating because of this. I haven't read fan fiction in years, and for this to be my reintroduction, I mean, ooh, my stomach is growling. I haven't eaten all day. Like, this is a lot. This is too much. It's too much. Good girl. We're gonna continue from here. Good girl. Being fond of her approval, a small... Oh, I read this already. Okay, I'm there. I am there. Okay, so we know how Lesbian Lex works. That's basically what's going on here. We reached the peak of our mountain. Wow, I did not expect this to get so crazy. It all becomes too much. I agree. The dark alleyway.
We're in an alleyway.
I thought we were indoors. I thought we were in the comfort and the warmth of 4 beautiful walls. We're in a dark, nasty alleyway in the middle of fucking nowhere. Okay. The dark alleyway anyone could walk down. Ellie on her knees, doing things to you with both of whatever she got and something else that she has. The lingering smell of marijuana. Boy, do I need that right now. Boy, do I need it right now. The pleasure, the praise. You lean your head back against a cold brick wall, shutting your eyes and grabbing her chestnut hair and getting to your peak of the mountain. Your mouth gapes open, making beautiful noises, no longer caring who sees or hears. For all you care about, this is the moment. All it takes is one breathy, nasty, muffled statement from Ellie before you completely lose yourself and all control. So basically, Ellie is talking her through it. Okay, her fingers and tongue are doing things to get you to your peak. Let's say that. Okay, and after all of that, Ellie says, don't worry about bringing any cash from now on. We love Dealer Ellie. Dealer Ellie didn't even want to be on the receiving end. She wanted to be on the giving end. Again, I love a giver. Her payment was seeing her client having a good time. And we love that. We love that. Yes. Woo! Ellie Williams, the woman that you are. When I tell you Ellie in part 2 of The Last of Us, like the game, whoa, the love of my life. The love of my life for eons to come. If there's anybody out there that looks like Ellie Williams, my DMs are open. They're so open. They've never been open like they have been now. So just leaving that out there, just letting that be known. So yeah. Okay, last one of the day, we are going back to the ancient text. We're going back to one of the original loves of my life, Rafe motherfucking Cameron. Okay. So in the original reading spicy fanfiction videos that I did a year ago, I think I did Miguel O'Hara, Rafe Cameron, and Klaus. I don't remember who else I did, but those are like the big 3 that I can remember. So Rafe is making a reappearance. He is inescapable. You know, Rafe Cameron, Juice Starkey. I mean, yeah, we're gonna dip back into those nachos today because the first time I ever watched Outer Banks. Wait, when did Outer Banks come out? Outer Banks season 1 came out April 15th of 2020. I was 16 years old. 16 years old because this was before my 17th birthday. Rafe has been the love of my life for 6 years now. It's been Rafe, like. Ooh. As a callback to the if anybody has seen that video that is still here now, I mean, wow, you are a day one, because this video, reading spicy fanfiction, was the second video I ever did on this channel. And like I said, that video is now gone. But if you were there, damn, it's been a journey, girl. And if you're still here, I love you down. I love you down. I mean, I love all of y'all down. Y'all already know that, but shit. Yeah. What the actual fuck is this? Your boyfriend asks, holding up your phone for you to see. The what in question? Ray's pic from a while back. One hand down his shorts with a winky face emoji as the caption. You roll your eyes pretending like it means nothing. It's just Rafe being Rafe. Teasing, whatever. It's not that serious, you mutter, reaching over to kiss his cheek. Your boyfriend rants about boundaries. Then how Rafe's always a problem. 20 minutes later, he's pulling out of the driveway to clear his head. A minute after that, Race text. Pull up, I'm bored. Okay, so Rafe isn't our man in this one. So we already have a man, but Rafe is like the side guy. You're flat on your back, head tipped against the pillows, gasping as his hips. Whoa, 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 whoa. We went from 0 to fucking 10,000 instantly. Whoa, ooh, ooh, ooh. God. A little warning? My God. Okay, Jesus, I'm about to drop my shit and everything. You're flat on your back, head tipped against the pillows, gasping as his hips snap forward, burying his third leg deep into my wow. I'm just gonna have to read this and like bleep shit out because this is insane. Burying his with every brutal thrust. Rafe's got you sprawled on his king-size bed, sheets already tangled around your body. Your legs hooked over his shoulders as he drives into you with relentless force. Rafe growls, one hand gripping your thigh hard enough to bruise, the other holding his phone steady above you both. The screen's light flickers, capturing every side of him, the way your bounce with each pound. He's recording it all. No shaky amateur bullshit. Just raw, unfiltered footage of him claiming what's his, or rather what's not his. Smile for the camera, baby. Your boy's gonna fucking love this. You arch up, nails digging into his shoulders. The stretch of him making you... Rafe, oh, you moan, voice breaking as he listens, slamming in. His free hand slides up to pinch your twisting just enough to send sparks straight up to your core. The phone's lens catches it all, like it never wants to let go. Lord have fucking mercy. He leans down, hot breath against your ear, not missing a beat as he grinds into you. Look at you. I bet your little boyfriend's never made you this, huh? Rafe knows exactly what he's doing, pushing buttons, making you squirm. He pulls back slightly, angling the phone to zoom in on where you're joined. As he pulls out halfway before bottoming out with a grunt. He's probably sitting there now overthinking every damn thing. Rafe taunts, his voice low and mocking, lips curling into that signature smirk, wondering why his girl's phone's blowing up with my pics. But this is proof, baby. You're mine. He picks up the pace, pounding the bed creaking under the force. Your legs tremble, toes curling as he hits a spot over and over relentlessly. You cry out, hands fisting the sheets, body arching off the mattress as his tension builds. He cuts you off with a deep thrust, his thumb finding your and makes stars burst behind your eyelids. Say it. Tell the camera who you better. Wow. His eyes lock onto yours, dark and possessive. The phone still trained on you. You gasp, the emission sliding out. Fuck, I can't even read this. If my neighbors can hear me, I'm so sorry. Like, it's almost worse than actual footage. Like, me having the imagination I have, I can see things in my brain so clearly. Whoa. I've been out of the game for a while, like I said earlier, and this being the reintroduction, I mean, shit.
Fuck.
Let's wrap it up. Okay? You gasp. The emission spilling out as your over you while sputtering. He doesn't stop. Your girl likes me more. Likes my more. Watches and loser. Hey, fuck. With a final thrust, he buries himself deep. God. As the camera captures the twitch of his hips, the way your milk can dry. He holds her for a beat, breathing ragged before pulling out slowly. The lens zooming in on. Are you saying that to him? You mutter. Oh, Jesus Christ. Are you saying that to him? You murmur, half dazed. A spread on your face. Rafe chuckles, dark and satisfied, thumbing the stop button. Already cued. Let him overthink this shit. That's enough. You know, that's enough. Generally, one of the craziest things I've ever read. And I've read a lot. I have read a lot. That is gonna wrap up today's video. I know the Ellie one and the Rafe one was short compared to the Steve one, but I mean, we gotta know when to wrap it up. We gotta know when it's time to put a pause on something. I'm gonna take another shot for the road, even though I'm already out of this fucking world. Like, because I didn't mention that I pre-gamed before this, not knowing I was gonna not knowing it was gonna be this bad. So let's do it, shall we? Okay. But yeah, I've been reading fanfiction from eons ago, from The Devil Was a Boy, but nothing quite like this. Don't get me wrong, these were beautifully written. Any author whose piece I read today, good fucking job. It is a skill to not only to be able to write like you guys did, like these were genuinely like author level, New York's best-selling Times, whatever the fuck. Like this was that. I can't think of the name right now because I'm drunk, but New York Times best-selling author type shit this was. There it is. So thank you for providing the world with your intellect, your passion, your art. But wow. I think I'm at the point where I can only handle so much now. If you guys want a part 2, I'm always down for a part 2. And y'all know that. So if you want a part 2, let's fucking do it. Okay? Again, thank you to Melissa for sponsoring today's video. This is fucking crazy. I can't believe we got our first sponsor. That is fucking mind-boggling. So again, thank you. And I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I love you guys to pieces, like always. Leave a comment, like the video, subscribe, do all that shit. Follow my socials, links in the description. And I'll see you guys in the next freaking video. Adios.